In this video, we're talking about the Oura Ring Day 3 plus its comparison to the Fitbit, because I feel like it's about time to start adding some more stuff in here. So first off, the first 2 days we've been debating a little bit about the accuracy of the Fitbit versus the Oura Ring as it pertains to the pedometer inside, because for me, having a pedometer is pretty important, something that tracks your steps. So I've been noticing some discrepancies between the two, and I decided to do a little bit of data. Just now I did a 10-minute workout, super short, and it consisted solely of squats, done for sets of 12 to 20, and jumping rope, and that was it. Those two things back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for 10 minutes straight. It was interesting the results that I got. The Oura Ring said that I went from 7,267 steps to 7,667 steps, which is roughly 400 steps tracked during the 10-minute session. Now, I probably didn't take quite that many, but I can understand with the jumping and all that other stuff, maybe I did get to about that. So, I mean, maybe that's feasible to say around 400. So, Oura Ring, probably pretty accurate in there. When I opened the Fitbit data, it would previously said 8,788 steps, and the end result said 9,744 steps, which is almost 1,000 steps. So the Oura Ring came in tracking that workout with 400, and the Fitbit came out with tracking that workout at 1,000 steps, because that basically tells me that the hypothesis that I had yesterday about the Fitbit tracking movement from your wrists and all that stuff, I think is really holding true. That the more you move your wrists around, the more you talk with your hands, the more you whatever, that you're actually accumulating steps on your Fitbit. Now that was over the course of 10 minutes, I got 600 extra steps over the course of 10 minutes. So for me, if you're the kind of person who fidgets, you use your hands a lot like I do, the Fitbit might actually not be the best tracker for overall steps, because you're probably actually accumulating way too many. What I'm thinking is that when my Fitbit tracker says 10,000 steps, I'm actually more like 5,000 or 6,000, which is a huge deal, because I'm trying to use steps as a way to track my overall health and make sure I'm staying active enough. So if something's not accurate, which I'm finding out with, if the Oura Ring is true, that I've been way below what I should be. Anyway, enough about that. So the second thing we looked at is sleep patterns. So you can see here on the Fitbit, last night it said I got 99% rest, which is really great. Heart rate was 99% of the time. It was below my waking resting heart rate, which means I got really restful sleep, right? It said I was asleep for 6 hours and 45 minutes, and I spent about 30 minutes awake, which means 7 hours and 15 minutes I was in bed. Half hour of that was spent being awake. Now, the interesting thing, if you look at this too, look at this pattern, is that my pattern, according to the Fitbit, was actually pretty good, right? Deep sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, into light, back and forth, back and forth. It's a pretty normal pattern. So all in all, it said I got pretty good sleep. Now, the way that I felt was actually pretty awful when I woke up. I felt like I was waking up multiple times through the night. I felt like my rest, when I woke up, I did not feel rested after waking up last night. So for me, I'm like, well, let's see. And I've noticed that trend with the Fitbit, that the Fitbit always tends to give me around 30 to 40 minutes of awake time. Never really more, never really less, no matter how much or how little sleep that I get. So I think it's starting to run at this point a little bit more based on prediction equations and actually measuring my sleep, which is very interesting. The Oura Ring, on the other hand, if you look at my data here, says I got 83% rest, okay? So significantly lower than 99%. And it also said that I got 6 hours of sleep, and I spent, what was it, an hour and 10 minutes awake. Now, I will tell you that based on the way that I felt last night, waking up multiple times in the night, being awake for an hour and 10 minutes feels a lot more like what actually happened last night. Definitely did not feel rested. The data that the Fitbit spit out for last night felt super inaccurate. And I've actually felt that a couple times when I wake up in the morning, that I look at my Fitbit data, I'm like, really? I slept that good? I only woke up for a half hour? That's crazy. I felt like I was awake way more than that. So far, according to the way that I feel, the Oura Ring actually feels like it's tracking my sleep much, much, much better. And then the other part is that if you look at my graph here for the Oura Ring, I go from asleep to REM sleep to light sleep to awake multiple times through the night. That white spike all the way on the top is me waking up during the night. So I have to say, based on today, I feel like all of the data that I've gotten from the Oura Ring is dramatically more accurate, like across the board. The Fitbit may be underestimating small movements, like if I walk 2 or 3 steps to the left, 2 or 3 steps to the right. But as a pedometer, both during exercise and during just a regular walk, so far the Oura Ring has proven itself far more accurate. And based on last night's sleep, I will say that the sleep tracker also seems far, far more accurate on the Oura Ring. So I'm gonna sleep tonight, I'll track the results, and then tomorrow I'm actually gonna I'm gonna do a longer workout and track my results over that time. And I'm also gonna throw in probably another monitor with it, and we'll track all those results together and see what we come up with. This is exciting.